Hey folks! Oh, I don't know why I did that. That's a weird start to a video. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video all about face masks and my favourite vegan, cruelty-free face masks that I've tried. And I've tried a fair few. I have normal skin but it's sensitive, so I want products that are going to be nourishing, hydrating, because my skin tends to be dehydrated. Not dry, but really dehydrated. I'm not overly oily, but I do get congestion around my nose. Congestion, is that the right phrase? Like blackheads I'll get around my nose. Sometimes when it's my time of the month or when I've eaten a lot of sugar, I'll get spots just on my chin, kind of like breakouts here. I went on Accutane a few years ago, which I've got a video on if you want to check it out. So by and large my skin is okay, it's just I do have blackheads around my nose. And I'm going to show you my favourite hydrating masks, my favourite decongesting masks. I'm not an expert, but I know a little bit about skincare, but I'm not a complete expert, but I do know that these products work for me. If you want to see some more from me, if you want to see some vegan and cruelty-free stuff and things every single week, make sure you subscribe. I remembered to say it this time. I do love sheet masks. Can I just say, side note, I love the effect of sheet masks, which are basically a piece of cloth that's been soaked in a serum or it's been soaking in a packet with lots of, you know, hydrating ingredients, humectants, occlusives. I know things. Actually, I suppose sheet masks are an occlusive because they're like a barrier on your skin. You know what, besides the point. What I'm trying to say is I love sheet masks, but I'm not going to mention any sheet masks in this video because they are quite wasteful. So I personally, if I do a sheet mask, it's a real luxury. It's a treat. I tend to use face masks that you can kind of use daily or weekly. So, you know, you can work them into part of your routine or you can treat them as a treat. For me, a sheet mask is like a once every 2 months kind of thing because it's so annoying that nobody has invented a reusable sheet mask, which I was thinking about this the other day. I feel like you could make one. I don't know if it's already out there, but I was thinking you could have a gauze kind of sheet mask shape out of fabric, right? Not fabric, out of a gauze or a sheet, and then something that can be machine washed so you can wash it again and again, reuse it, and it comes with a little tub of really hydrating, or you could, I suppose you could soak it in a serum or something and then reuse it each time. Wash it, sanitize it, reuse it. No waste, no packet to throw away. You might see it on Dragon's Den in a few years' time because I think it's a good idea. Anyway, these are all going to be in tubs and I'll start with my favourite hydrating mask. Side note also, I don't like to spend crazy amounts on skincare. I know there are some really expensive brands out there. Like if you're not new to my channel, you know how I feel about Drunk Elephant. I don't like them. I think they're so expensive. I've tried a little mini set from them before and I didn't like it, and I've also heard they're really crummy to their customers. They are cruelty free, but I don't like them. I won't be buying from them. And also ridiculously overpriced. Like this is probably maybe the most I would spend on a mask, but I've got another one that's a little bit more expensive that I'll mention in a minute. But this one here is the Deep Hydration Soothing Cooling Mask with Australian super berries and resurrection flower extract. This is by Tropic. I've been through many of these. Comes in a glass pot, which is lovely. It smells like a petit filou. You can leave it on for half an hour, but sometimes I'll just leave this on overnight as an overnight mask. I'll show you the texture. It's almost whipped, like it is kind of creamy, yogurty, but it's almost like got a whipped texture to it. I'm gonna put this back in the pot, sorry guys, but this stuff is expensive. I'm not wasting it. I'll use that tonight, don't you worry. Sometimes I use it underneath my eyes as not as an eye cream, but like an eye mask that you, well, I suppose it is an eye cream, just an intense eye cream, and it's really gentle, doesn't irritate my eyes. It sinks into the skin really nicely, and it doesn't leave, for me, it doesn't leave a white look to the skin, whereas this is the other hydrating mask that I love. This one is the Sukin Hydrating Facial Mask, rich in mango seed butter, avocado, olive oil, jojoba oil. This is for normal to dry skin types, and it is beautiful. And I do leave this on, I was using coffee grounds as an exfoliant, so I think I've contaminated the pot, but hey ho. I love this one, but this one does sometimes leave a little bit of a, if you leave it on and don't wash it off, which is for masks, you tend to wash them off, unless it's a leave-on mask. This one does leave a little bit of whiteness to the skin as it dries, if that makes any sense. But this is beautiful. This has got papaya enzymes in, which I love as an ingredient. I think they are just great. I'm pretty sure that papaya enzymes are a natural form of chemical exfoliant, which I know sounds scary. I'll just quickly explain for anyone who isn't in the know. Obviously I'm not an expert, but basically you have physical exfoliants, which would literally be a scrub on your skin, quite familiar probably with a physical exfoliant, which is nice, kind of lifts off the dead skin cells and is supposed to make your skin brighter because it's getting rid of the dullness that's sitting on top of your skin. This is very layman's terms, by the way. I'm not a scientist. You've got chemical exfoliants, which are kind of doing the same thing, by and large. They're getting rid of the top layer of your skin. Well, actually, AHAs, which are a type of chemical exfoliant, alpha hydroxy acids, are going to work on the surface level of your skin to kind of make, this is how I think of it. AHAs make you look nice and glowy and fresh. BHAs are going to do a job deeper. They're beta hydroxy acids. They're going to go deeper into your skin just because of the nature of what they are. They can penetrate deeper into the skin and kind of work on, I think of them as decongesting the skin. I know it's not black and white like that, but that's generally how I approach these kind of things. Pretty sure that papaya enzymes are a natural form of AHA. There's also PHAs and loads of other things. It's a lot to learn. But anyway, this is super, super nourishing. I love jojoba seed oil as an ingredient. This does have fragrance, but very, very far down the ingredients list, and it smells very, very subtle. And I've recommended this to so many people and they love it. And this retails for £12. This one is £20, but I recommend them both. I think they are both absolutely delicious. The next two I wanted to recommend, these are more for decongesting. So what I'll do actually, sometimes I'll put a hydrating mask on most of my face, and then just in the areas that I want to kind of treat, if that makes any sense. Kind of, I want to decongest, I want to exfoliate, which is mainly like around my nose and my chin here. This skin can kind of take a little bit more for me personally, but I do think the more you experiment with skincare, the more you will get used to what ingredients work for you, which ones don't work for you. And for me personally, BHAs, salicylic acid in particular, works so, so well. So I'll use these, whereas hydrating mask I'll probably use maybe daily, maybe every other day. I'll use these maybe twice a week maximum. And I do think if you're just getting started out with chemical exfoliants, maybe try and incorporate a cleanser that has a chemical exfoliant or something that you're going to wipe off. For me personally, with sensitive skin, I remember when I first started, the first ever product I used which had chemical exfoliant in was the Juice Beauty green apple solution. I think that's what it's called. It's like a face mask, and I use the sensitive version, and it tends to tingle. If you're using a chemical exfoliant and you do have sensitive skin and you're using it for the first time, it can tingle, and I hated that feeling. I really didn't like it. I liked the product and I liked the effect of the product, but I didn't like the tingling feeling because I thought, oh god, I'm reacting badly to this. You know, when you've had reactions and allergic reactions to things before, you're just a bit more cautious. So yeah, I'd recommend maybe instead of going straight in with a face mask that you're going to leave on for 10 minutes or so, maybe start with a cleanser that's got salicylic acid. Like for example, I used to use the Inky List cleanser, which like a salicylic acid cleanser, and that was a nice way. I think it was 2% salicylic acid, can't really remember, but it's like a gel cleanser, and it was really nice, and it was gentle because you rinse it off completely afterwards after you've kind of worked it onto your skin, whereas obviously these are on your skin. A cleanser might be on your skin for 30 seconds, a mask is going to be on your skin for at least 10 minutes, or this one is 10 minutes anyway. I'll tell you what it is. This is the Solution Facial Detox Clarifying Clear Mask by Goldfaden MD, or Goldfaden MD, and it's targeted at oily and acne prone skin, problem skin. This, again, I would only use around my nose, but it is pretty gentle. Like compared to the next one I'm going to show you, this one is pretty gentle, and it's really, really effective at getting rid of blemishes. I find it's very, very soothing, but it also dries out blemishes pretty well. And I would leave this on for 10 minutes. This is the tiny size. I first got this in a Petit Vour box, loved it because I found it really brought everything to the surface in terms of like the gunk, you know, the gunky stuff in your nose. I'm not gonna go into details, but you know what I'm saying. It's got amazing reviews, so expensive. This tiny little tube, guess how much this tiny little tube was? Guess. Go on, guess. You guessed? £13. This tiny little tube was £13. But because I only use it round my nose and maybe sometimes here if I've got an active spot, it lasts me ages. The original tube of this lasted me so long. The big pot, the full size, is about £55, which is more than I care to spend on a face mask. I'm happy with this little sample size for now. But it's a good product. I know it's an expensive brand, but it's not Tata Harper, you know, or no, what's it called? Tatcha? No, Tata Harper. That's the really expensive one. Remember when I was in Space NK where they sell this brand? I was having a look at that other product, and then I started looking at Tata Harper as well, like lovely packaging, cruelty free. I looked at a serum, one serum, which I understand people want to splurge on serum because that's where the active ingredients are a lot of the time, the ingredients that are going to make the most difference, and £137 for a serum. I was absolutely gobsmacked. I thought it was like the decimal point was in the wrong place. That's mind-boggling on one serum that you'll probably go through in half a year. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But hey, if you've got the money, I would probably do it if I had the money. Anyway, that's mask number 3 I wanted to recommend. This retails again for £13. This one is £6.30. Pretty sure that's the precise amount. I don't know why it's in the box. don't know why it's in the box. I feel like I try and keep my skincare out of sunlight because, you know, you're not really supposed to keep your skincare in sunlight if you didn't know that. So I've just been keeping this one in the box. But this is the ordinary AHA 30% and BHA 2% peeling solution. This one is funky looking. You may recognise this from Instagram. This is a really popular mask because of the colour. Look at this. Wow. You're supposed to use it all over your face. Like I say, if you've got sensitive skin, first of all, I would definitely work up to this because it tingles like nothing else. I feel like the tingling means it's working, but I would not use it all over my face because that would make my skin red raw. It would just not go well. So again, I only use this around my nose and if I've got a spot, and I leave this on for 10 minutes. And this is a blend of AHA and BHA, so I feel like this works well at tackling blackheads, kind of, you know, actually doing a job and also bringing glow to the face as well. So 2 in 1. The glow effect I don't really get because I just kind of put it around my nose and I don't know how you'd be able to tell if your nose is glowing. It's more kind of something you notice round your cheeks, isn't it? So for me personally, I just like this for blackheads, but like I say, if you're new to BHAs, I'd recommend this one over this one. I know this is really popular and it's got great reviews. In fact, all the products that I'm recommending have got amazing reviews because I always like to see what other people think of a product before I recommend it, and yeah, all 4 of these have pretty much got 5-star reviews across the board. So those are my top 4. My top 4 picks. We've got a slightly higher end with the Tropic mask, £20 though. It's not crazy money, but I understand it's a bit of a splurge. And then cheapest chips, The Ordinary. I actually need to try some more from The Ordinary because I've tried their retinol in squalane. This is the main product that I would recommend from them. I don't know if I've been blown away by anything else. Oh, actually their squalane cleanser, that one was quite nice. And then I just thought I would take you through my vegan mask collection, and obviously these didn't make it to my top 4, so they're not my favourite, but some of them I like, some of them I don't like. I thought I'd just run through them and let you know what I think. This one actually I hauled on my channel relatively recently. This is the Body Shop Tea Tree Anti-Imperfection Night Mask. So this is a tea tree smelling mask. It smells like my teenagehood because I used to use this range. It's kind of like putty texture, and like I say, this is quite nostalgic in scent because it reminds me of my youth. I used to use this scrub, the scrub from this range, and I bought this thinking that it might be a bit too strong to use as an overnight mask. I personally don't use it all over my face, but I do use it on active spots, or if I get any active spots probably isn't the right term, but whiteheads, sometimes around my nose. It's got salicylic acid in as well as tea tree oil, and I actually really do like this. I think it's a nice product. Maybe if you do get quite a lot of whiteheads on your cheeks and you want something to go all over, this has amazing reviews as well, and I do like this a lot more than I thought I would. So yeah, that's that one. Enjoy. Another one I enjoy is this one by Evolve. This one's a lot more expensive. So this one you get 30ml for £24 and this one only £12. So yeah, bit of a price difference. This is a Radiant Glow Mask by Evolve Beauty. Smells like brownie batter. Don't really notice a lot of difference when I use it. This has got raw cacao in, which is an antioxidant, and it's also got blueberry particles in, which are byproducts of the food industry, which I love. And they're very, very gentle because once you've had it on for a while, you can introduce a little bit of water and it emulsifies into a bit of a milky kind of consistency. You can kind of work the blueberry particles into your skin and it exfoliates really gently. So I do really like this. Very expensive. I was really kindly gifted this, but £24, that's more than my Tropic one. Oh my gosh. You may have noticed that I haven't mentioned any that have a lot of clay in them because I don't like clay masks. I don't like them. I don't really have a place for them in my skincare routine, but I do have a couple in my collection that I thought I'd quickly mention. I just don't like that tight feeling of a clay mask, and I don't really find they're that... I feel like a clay mask is like back in the day when you used to do a face mask at a sleepover. It was just kind of doing a face mask for the sake of it. That's what it reminds me of. I don't think they're that effective, but maybe if you've got a different skin type to me, they might work for you. So I thought I would mention these. Sukin do a purifying facial mask, which is actually pink clay, I'm pretty sure. Smells really nice. This one's quite gentle. Again, I don't notice any difference when I use it. Smells nice, smells slightly vanilla-y. I think pink clay is one of the more gentle clays, so I don't mind this, but I wouldn't repurchase it, to be honest. This one I was really kindly sent. This is by Antipodes, and this is their Halo Skin Brightening Facial Mud Mask. I don't like this. It's really expensive. I actually quite like the smell. It smells like Play-Doh. I think a lot of people won't like this smell. I just don't think it's brightening at all. I don't know. This has nice reviews on, like I checked to look fantastic. It has good reviews, but not for me. I don't get it. Don't really like that one. I think it's overpriced. Tropic also do some clay masks, which I don't mind, but again, I don't really notice too much of a difference when I use them. This is their blemish clearing mask, which has got green clay in, and it's also got white clay, I'm pretty sure. It's more to kind of help with sebum levels and stuff. I don't have massively oily skin, so I don't feel like this is for me. Oh my god, it's quite grubby, isn't it? Excuse that. I use it sometimes on kind of whiteheads if I do get breakouts on my chin, but other than that, I don't really touch that one too much. I might pass it on to a friend that has more oily skin than I do. They also have this Facelift Mask, the Brightening Tightening Mask. This has got turmeric in. It's also got alpha hydroxy acids in. And then last but not least, I just wanted to mention 2 waterless masks. You may be thinking, what the heck are you on about, waterless? Basically, they're just powders that you make into a mask. You add like a teaspoon of water and kind of make them into a mask consistency and apply them. The first one, I haven't actually opened this yet, but I thought I'd just quickly mention it. Skin and Tonic London Cocoa Mask for normal skin. None of the ingredients of this really speak to me, I have to be honest, apart from the aloe vera, but it's got 5 ingredients. Apart from aloe vera, I don't really care for this. Like, I don't think I'd love this, but hey, can't judge a mask by its ingredients. I think you can, but anyway, can't judge a book by its cover. That's that one. And then last but not least, Lani. I love Lani. I love their Tropical Night Serum. That is one of my faves. This, I don't mind it. I don't notice too much of a difference when I use it, but it's like this, it's another chocolatey mask. This is the Tropical Cacao Detox Mask. It's got some nice ingredients in, actually. The first ingredient is pink Australian clay. It's got another kind of clay, beige Australian clay, cacao powder, which is an antioxidant. It's also got vitamin C in, which is great. I love vitamin C as like a brightening ingredient. Also got aloe in. I like all those ingredients. I don't notice too much of a difference when I use this, but I like using it. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think with skincare, it's just about indulging, feeling nice about yourself, and having a bit of a pamper. Pretty much it from me, my top 4 fave masks and some other masks in my current collection. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your favourite mask is. Let me know if you are going to support me on Dragon's Den for my reusable sheet mask idea. If that is already a thing, I'm going to kick myself. I don't think it is a thing. I don't think it is, but I think it should be a thing. And yeah, thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to see some more, subscribe, follow my socials if you fancy, and hopefully I shall see you very soon. Bye.